LangChain agents are very popular these days. So in this video, we'll see how exactly LangChain agent works, and at the end, we'll code our first AI agent. Let's begin. So agents mainly consist of three major things. Number one is memory, number two is large language models, and number three are tools. So we'll see how exactly these things work in cohesion. So let's see. If a user ask an agent to perform certain task, so what will agent do? It will think by using a LLM. So LLM will behave like a brain of the agent, and then that task will be broken down into smaller pieces, and then LLM will think what exactly it should do to get the output to the user. What will LLM do? It will ask itself what should be the next action and the required tool for the action. So there are many type of tools available like Google search, calculator, Wikipedia, Wolfram Alpha, and you can make your own tools as well. So this is a very basic tools, Google search and calculator. So what does LLM will do? It will think that which tool to use to perform a certain action. Once the LLM decide which tool to use and what action to perform, it will execute that task. And by using that tool, we'll get the output. Once we get the output, LLM will interpret that output and think if it is correct or not. So LLM will think, do I have the solution? If the output is final and complete, it will be shown to the user. But if it is not complete, then again this cycle will repeat. Again, LLM will go and think what should be the next action and what tool should it use. So it will again go to Google search, calculator, Wikipedia. It will automatically decide which tool to use. Again, this tool will give us the output. Again, the LLM will think and interpret if the output is final and complete. If it is complete, then only it will be shown to the user. Otherwise, this cycle will continue. So let's see how this work in the code. First, we'll import the OS. Then we need to import the langchain.llms, import OpenAI. To use OpenAI, we need OpenAI API key. So I have got this from platform.openai.com. It is paid, so you have to pay some amount to use this model. And then we'll use SERP API key. So what is this SERP API key? It is basically a Google search API. So you can Google search from your code. So you can also go to serpapi.com and you can get the API key. You will get around 100 searches per month free. So once we define both these things, we can go and define our model. So we'll define GPT-3 as our model, our large language model, which can be used by our agent. So here I'm using OpenAI. Model name is Text DaVinci 003. Next, we need to import the load tools. So we want to use two tools. One is SERP API and another one is LLM Math. So we are importing it from langchain.agents, and the other thing which we want is langchain.agents import initialize agent. So here we are defining tools which will be used by the agent. So first tool will be SERP API. So we want our agent to be able to search on the Google by itself. And second tool which we want our agent to use is LLM Math. So it works like a calculator. And the LLM which we are using right now is GPT-3. Now we'll initialize our agent. Initialize agent will pass in the tools, will pass in our LLM model, and here is the agent type. It is zero shot React description. So this React is basically reasoning and action. This is not the React of the UI framework. This is React of reasoning and action. And it has a complete research paper available on the documentation page of the LangChain. And here we are providing verbose equal to true because we want to know what exactly the agent is thinking at each step. Now we'll run our agent. So right now I wanted to ask who is the current CEO of TCS and what is his age. Do the square of the, not the age difference, do the square of the age at the end. So I want the age of the current TCS CEO and then I want to square his age. So I am asking this question because if we search on the GPT, who is the CEO of TCS, so as the GPT has data till September 2021, and at that time, Mr. Gopinathan, Rajesh Gopinathan was the CEO. But right now, the CEO has changed in, I think, January 2023. So this way, we can be sure that the current CEO, it is not getting from the LLM data. It will search using the SERP API and then we'll get the data. So let's just run this and see how the model is thinking, how the agent is thinking. So it is thinking, I need to find out who is the current CEO and his age. Now the action is search. So when the action is search, it will use the SERP API. Then who is the current CEO? The observation was K. Kirthivasan. Input age of the K. Kirthivasan. So the age is 58 years old. And now I need to do the square of the age. So action is calculator. and the square of the 58, which is 3364. Now I know the final answer. And once the LLM thinks that he knows the final answer, it will give us the answer as an output. The current CEO of TCS is K. Kirtivasan and his age is 58 years old. The square of his age is 3364. So this is how these agent works. I know it is kind of a magical, but it's very interesting to see how this agent can think on itself and decide which tool to use, what information to extract, and how to do certain tasks like step by step. So this is very, very interesting. In future, I am going to make multiple videos about AI agents and how you can use the AI agents in your day-to-day task. So we'll do data analytics by using AI agents. We'll ask the question to our pandas data frame by using LangChain agents. So all these things we will cover in our future videos. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much.